Hey Kentucky, welcome back. Time to talk a few more topics now. First up, widespread coronavirus testing has begun at a women's prison in Shelby County after 14 people there reportedly contracted the virus. Officials say the state has stepped up mitigation efforts that include mass testing at the Kentucky Correctional Institution for Women. The update comes as 7 inmates filed a federal lawsuit seeking their release because they're at heightened risk of serious illness or death. And Keith, the ACLU has filed that claim. It's worked to remove some of those people and put them in their homes for a while to stop the spread.
Well, it has worked, and in this case, it's 7 women that have some pretty serious pre-existing conditions to where I don't think they're going to be a flight risk or a problem on the outside. So I think this could be a good way to get these women outside and keep them protected.
Certainly don't want any more deaths if we can avoid it. Leaders at Northern Kentucky University say they're going to accept an incoming freshman who they say made a controversial post on social media. The student apparently took to Instagram using the hashtag, quote, "White Lives Matter More." Thousands of people signed an online petition asking NKU to revoke the student's admission. But while the school's president calls the post horrifying and demeaning, he says the First Amendment protects it as free speech. Keith, what do you make of this decision?
A little bit shocking, and now it's putting a lot onto this young kid that's going into school. He's going to have a lot of pressure on him, I would imagine, in the classroom, and probably not in a good way. And at least if anything good comes out of this, the president is looking now forward to making sure that there are better standards for those that are incoming freshmen.
And part of the conversation too, but other schools have denied entrance long before the last couple of weeks have really brought Black Lives Matter to the forefront. It's happened before where posts on social media have gotten kids out of their schools. All right, turns out there was a surprise for crews who moved the Jefferson Davis statue out of Frankfort's Capitol Rotunda over the weekend. Workers discovered a bottle of Glenmore Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey and a copy of the State Journal newspaper from October 20th, 1936, the day the statue was erected. It's like a time capsule, Keith.
This one, I'm pretty sure it was full when they brought it out, and then it was empty when they showed it to the media. But I'm not positive. I'll have to go back and look at the videotape to make certain. But it's still pretty cool, being a history minor myself, to see these newspapers and these bottles come out like this. That was pretty cool to see.
I thought it was neat too. All right, Kentucky native Brittney Cartwright was planning on returning to the Bluegrass this week to check in on her mother. The Vanderpump Rules reality star recently shared a photo of Sherry Cartwright, who has been in the ICU with complications from bladder surgery. Brittney says getting visitors in to see her mother has been complicated by the pandemic. Keith, I wish her the best. I know it's been hard on a lot of people not being able to visit loved ones, but I don't watch Vanderpump Rules, so I literally don't even know who these people are.
I had to look it up myself and just to see what the show was about. But you're right. I mean, you know, here's one example of people know her and know her situation and now know her mother's situation. But this is happening a lot more than we see and a lot more that's talked about in People magazine.
Absolutely.